Hello all, I Nirmala Rawat welcome you to my YouTube channel Hari Sadhana 108. There will be some disturbance in my audios ahead. Please bear with me. Sorry for the inconvenience. In the previous part, we learned that Sage Khyati, Sage Arundhati and Guru Vashishtha revived the memory of Sita Mata and Sri Ram about the curse of Rishi Phrigu. How disturbed were Mata and Sri Ram learning about this curse? Now moving on to Chapter 18, Part 3. Soma continues. By the time Sri Ram stepped down from the chariot with Rishi Vashishtha, his memory had been fully revived, and he knew they had to face now the effect of a cause set in motion long ago. When he saw Mata, he drew her to his chest and said gently, "Sita, in Lanka the bond that kept us as one was broken. This will not be the case now. No being now has the power to break our unity. I will never leave you, and you will never leave me. This is the truth, Ram. But in the human realm, difficulties can arise. This human body will want to feel your touch and see the love flowing from your eyes that always bring me back to my true self. You will feel my touch," he promised. "Do you not remember how the great Khyati weakened the curse?" His eyes turned to Sage Khyati. "How grateful I am that you were present then. It was through the power of your tapasya that you were able to give us this blessing." "She was my daughter, Prabhu, and will always be," whispered Sage Khyati, her eyes filling with tears. No father should cause pain to his daughter. Even now, I have not fully forgiven Sage Phrigu. "I had some responsibility in that event, Ma," Sita said. "I stood by and did nothing to prevent Usana Ma's death. I did not intervene or protest. I bear some responsibility for his suffering." Sri Ram looked at Sage Khyati caringly and said, "When Sita and I first left for the exile, we rested at the small hermitage of Rishi Phrigu. You were not there at that time, and so we were not able to meet. We spent many wonderful days with him, and he was especially tender with Sita. Of course, neither of us had any memory of this curse, but he told us that in his very long life there was only one act he regretted, an action taken long ago in anger. After that he vowed that he would never let even the hint of anger enter his being, and he said it never has." Sri Ram then added quietly, "Rishi Phrigu said that until that unfortunate act of his will was fulfilled, he could not be fully liberated. His guilt was great and it weighed on him constantly. Now Sita and I have the opportunity to help liberate Rishi Phrigu. The very thought gives me the greatest joy." A look of joy also crossed Mata's face. "Yes, we must bring this event to completion. I had not remembered his words to us then, and of course, at that time, we could not have understood them. And now is the time for your forgiveness," he said gently to Sage Khyati, "for he will not find liberation without that. In the end, it will be you who gives your husband the final freedom. As long as you hold any ill feelings, his spirit will not be able to merge into Brahman." We could perceive the struggle in Sage Khyati. Sri Ram touched her on the forehead. You have turned what could have been a disastrous outcome into one of benefit. For you decreed that this curse be for the benefit of humanity, and so it shall be. But to bring this incident to completion, you must release the remnants of accusation against Rishi Phrigu, who only seeks the good of the universe. His one fault has been corrected. His attachment to Usana long ago dissolved. There is no shadow of anger in his being. He is ready for liberation." Tears were streaming down Khyati Ma's face, and Mata took her hands in her own and pressed them to her cheek. Then Khyati said, I will withdraw myself into solitary meditation, Prabhu, until I am free of the last vestige of ill will. I know that you will release me of the remnant of what I held against him for his anger and his curse, and in doing so, you will free us both. With those words, Khyati's form began to fade away, and she was gone. You have done a great deed, Ram, said Rishi Vasishtha with a beaming face. The curse is the mean for the liberation of both Khyati and Rishi Bhrigu, and this will bring great benefit to the whole universe. Within a short time, they will both achieve union with Brahmand. Come, let us go within to express our gratitude for what is taking place. Rishi Vasishtha, Sage Arundhati, Mata, and Sri Ram sat in meditation while I went to help the hermitage students prepare food. After some hours of meditation, they ate in silence. But before leaving, there was a brief conversation about practical matters. Where Mata would go, what would be told to the household and the kingdom, and other such matters. Towards the end of the day, we began the journey back to the palace. Mata and Sri Ram rode in one chariot, and I and Sri Ram's attendant in the other. On the whole ride to Ayodhya, I was pondering what I would do after Mata retreated to the forest. I had come to the conclusion that if I were to be separated from her again, death was the only course for me. During her exile, the purpose of my life had been waiting for her return. Now that she was to depart again, what purpose would my life have? I could not hide my glum expression. Back in her room, Mata exclaimed, Soma, why are you contemplating death? I could hide nothing from her. Because there is no purpose to my life, Mata, aside from serving you. If we are to be separated, who said we are to be separated? She exclaimed. The separation indicated is only between Ram and me. Mata, I am coming? She nodded with a smile. I would not ask you to endure more than you already have, Soma. You have been put through much suffering for my sake, and I would not have you undertake any more. A cry of joy escaped my lips. I could not have asked for anything greater. Living in the forest with Mata would be far superior to living in the palace, where I could see her only at particular times and had to comply with all the formalities of the household. And that was how it was decided that Mata would retreat to a hermitage which offered her a cottage. Sri Ram selected one not too far and not too near, in a beautiful forest full of the natural wonders that would bring her joy and close to her beloved river Ganga. But no timetable was set, so we continued at the palace while the babies grew within her. One evening, I was seated with Mata on the balcony massaging her feet, which had become swollen due to the pregnancy. Sri Ram came to sit by her, and I was about to withdraw when she indicated that I should stay and continue with the massage. As they began to speak, I noticed that they were finishing each other's sentences, expressing each other's thoughts. It came so naturally that they took no note of it. They began to laugh about one matter or another, and such joy flowed between them that I began to wonder if anything could disrupt this joy. Then suddenly the laughter ceased and they both fell quiet. It must be soon, Mata said. Before the babies. Sri Ram nodded. A shiver ran through me. I think it best that Lakshman take us, said Mata in a quiet voice. Early morning tomorrow, before the household awakes. Are you prepared, Sita? He asked, taking hold of her hand. She nodded. And you? We must remember why this is coming to be, what will be achieved. Rishi Bhrigu's liberation will bring great joy to the universe, as will Sage Khyati's. I have come to see there are many reasons for this. It is for us to display to the world that no separation is possible, that where Ram is, there is Sita, and where Sita is, there is Ram. This will be our message to the world. It is easy to declare this while we are living together in the palace, but all will come to know this despite the semblance of separation. The love we have brought into this material realm must now be dispensed to all. One day, when we are no longer here, others will need to overcome the semblance of separation. Mata then nodded at me to withdraw. I do not know what exchange took place between them after that. I am not sure what the household was told, or the kingdom for that matter. Perhaps they were told it was her health, her need for the quiet of the forest, for rest. I never thought to inquire. A new chapter was opening for me and for Mata, and I was more than ready to embrace it. Jai Shri Ram. This was the last part of this chapter. Please let me know your thoughts on this chapter in comment section. Do not forget to like, comment and share. Jai Shri Ram.